rounds, the earth gon' spin. Toby gon' kill this beat, a chef gon' cook. You still don't get no looks. No better than Tech Bro Shook. Sticks and stones will break some bones, but your words can't hurt cause you ain't read no books. Stay woke, take notes. Joke, don't look shattered like broke glass. I'ma shine till they blind. I redefine routes. We the ones Chris Webber call a timeout.
EA Sports welcomes you to the...
We've got ourselves a fight in this one to get back above 500. Week 3 is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Some tough luck last week for this quarterback, Kate. 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception, and you just know the way it works. These coaches love to tell us they always think about the losses. They sting way more than the wins. It's the same thing with the quarterback. He's not thinking about the touchdowns. He's thinking about correcting that interception and knowing right here, he's got to play some clean ball.
They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
So all he needed to see right there before the snap. Defense way overcommitted to stopping the quick pass. Became really easy to hand it off and watch that running back do the rest.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Going to the ground again on first. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, here we go. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Colts 28-yard line.
Nix from the gun. He gets it in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a 6-0 lead right away. Cam Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now we see after that play, one of the Broncos having a little bit of trouble out there. They're going to head out to look at him. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. He's going to field this at the 2. He stopped on the run back to the 27. So now the Colts getting their first opportunity on offense in this game. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida. A super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
And if he could only flip that 3-to-1 ratio, have it be 3 touchdowns to 1 pick instead of the other way around, I think we'd have seen that loss flip to a win as well. Clean slate this week. We'll see what he's done to address the showing from his last time out.
It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 43-yard line.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Play action with Richardson. Bails out of the pocket quick. His first throw is an interception. And the Broncos are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Katie.
Oh, hot and quick there, and they bring him to the turf. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards. These last 2 snaps, they have forced this drive to what might be its last play here, Brock, and we can confidently say there's not going to be another run here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I think it's time to let the passing game get going and really trust your quarterback here, who's going to compensate for 2 negative plays. Okay, I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up, but that can sure help to get yourself off the field with that 3rd down stop.
The Colts take over first and
The Indianapolis offense heading out for their second drive of the game. And coming off the interception, a good chance to reestablish some momentum as they get set. Loading up on the left. It's going to be trips to that side. Here's first and 10.
Let's go now.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Escapes the pocket. Hooks up with Anthony Gould. Complete. And they'll get him 5 yards as he gets this up to the 25. Offensive line. This is second and 4. From the gun, Taylor. And not much space available there. Maybe 2. That brings up third down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
76, 19. Go.
It's a design keeper. It's Richardson. And he's tackled. The first down yardage.
Not the biggest gain, but exactly what they needed. Just get the first down and keep this drive rolling.
So they'll head up here, first and 10 from the 34. Richardson fires quickly out wide. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. Second down.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down carry for Taylor. And that's good for a few. It brings up third down.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Third and just 2 to go.
Go.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. He gets 16 yards on that play. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
65, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
On first down, it's Richardson. Buying some time right. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Positive of that effort, you didn't go backwards. Didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on second down.
They'll come to the line here, second and 9.
19 Lions. Hawk, check smash, check smash.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. We felt them pick it up anyway if we wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Here we go. Ready.
Third and short yardage here, Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. I'm hungry. This time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they've got a little extra distance now to make up here on second down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Throw right side, caught by Wilson. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
I'm not going to lie, I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
That's the first down, and he's still going. And this takes him down to the 10. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. 7-0 is our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Time for the second quarter here, and the Colts are thinking points.
Here we go. 70 Lions. 19 tight. Not 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
First down throw here from Richardson. He brings it in. He has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts can tie it up for the second after cutting into the lead. On is Katie York for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Broncos running their offense out once again. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. He's got it on the bootleg. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play. A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Out of the gun, it's Nix. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first 2 plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely 3rd down pickup.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact. You couldn't do it.
The Colts and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. Hauled in by Worthy, right side. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Throwing out to the left. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st. All set to go now from the 35.
1st down. 1st and 10.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Dude, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But it nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. Still has room inside the 15. And they take it across the goal line for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts take a 2nd quarter lead. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. There's that one right down the middle. And the Colts break that tie and now lead by 7. Now is York to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver set to take the field on offense. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. They give it to him again. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, it came at the perfect time.
He's got the first down grab and still going. And he's got this one down to the enemy. Before they force him out. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. All set to go now from the 35. On first down, it's Nix. Short pass brought in. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. And gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
On first and 10, here's Nix. It is cut left side. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. An even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
From the red zone on first. And they're going to score. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. On his Little for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos tie things up at 14. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here's Anthony Gould. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30. The Colts have running back Jonathan Taylor headed out with the rest of the offense. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone, but the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't. So that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the draw, this is Taylor. And they catch him, but not until he's picked up 8 yards. It's second down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly when he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off of that game.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down. It's a designed run for Willis. He'll gain about 7 on this one as he gets him down into the red zone. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up second and 3. Well, it has been an exciting one so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. Second and 3 now.
Come on.
This time he's looking to throw. He's got a screen to the running back. And they're going to have first and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
Ready?
He finds it right side. He takes this one in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts get some late points and the lead. Look now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts break that tie and now lead by 7.
Broncos 14.
On now is York to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And they're a touchdown back, Broncos. They take over down 21-14. Knicks now on 1st and 10. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, quarterback's going to count on 99 of 100 times completing that short, simple route to a tight end. But even the shortest and simplest of throws will find a drop at some point, too.
Again on 2nd and 10. Knicks hits him on the out route. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running. On 3rd and 2, here's Nix. He's caught. He's got Brown. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. A gain of 26 yards there. And it's going to be 1st down Denver. 2 set of downs for him from the 31. Once more, it's Nix. Finding Brown back-to-back plays. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Next to throw again. Cut near the goal line. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Little tacks on an extra point. And the Broncos tie this game at 21. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's Gould on the return. Making some progress here. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Richardson on 1st and 10. Able to find Gould here. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 1st and 10 now from the 46. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Forced out to his right. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Kate, I got to believe he hearkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
60, 18, Pioneer. Warriors 17.
Back to the air, it's Richardson. Flushed out now to his left. Throwing this for the end zone. And he finds him in the end zone for the Indy touchdown. The Colts take a lead on the final play of the half.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got single eye or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
That one splits the uprights. And the Colts break
All
that
right,
tie
Kate,
and
thanks
now
very
lead by
much.
7.
A great weekend of football.
And with a push of a button, we say so long to the halftime report and jump right back to the start of the third quarter. First half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Here's Gould on the return. And this gets out to the 30 before he stops. The Colts have running back Jonathan Taylor headed out with the rest of the offense. They certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. So first and 10 now from the 30. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. He's going to take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
Cool thing about a drive starting to run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Rig alert! Rig alert! Panther 11! Panther!
Rolling from the pistol, Richardson. Buys time, rolling right. He's running with it. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be first down, Colts.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Straight ahead with Taylor. He's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. When we bring this game to close, Brock, I think one of the stories we're all going to be talking about is the type of showing this guy's had, not spinning the ball, but running it.
It's been just gritty. It's been determined, kid. It's been tough. When they needed a play, he's dug deep and he's willed this offense forward, coming through with the type of run the moment asked for.
And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30.
The ball carrier.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Nice.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Jump off caught by his back. And he drives it forward to maybe the 27. Little Sanders that time on the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
19 Tiger! 19 Tiger!
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense.
Delay of game, offense.
Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired.
Still 3rd down.
Delay of game backs him up, Brock, and on 3rd down, it's once again 10 to go.
Go! 60 average. Get Viking 18.
3rd and long for him here. And downfield, he's got it. It's Worthy. He's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Taylor now up the middle. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
70 Timberwolf. 19 Lions. Dragon 60. Go.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Good play on the football defensively. He knocks it away, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Third and long. It's Richardson. Escapes the pocket. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Colts grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. York now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Colts double their lead to 14. Now is York to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Bronx. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Broncos offense all set to go. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. To throw, here's Nix. Claypool hauls it in. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And the Colts will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Taylor. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Looks like a design run here for Willis. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Hey, that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in my double digits, and they nearly got it there.
Let's go. 19. Ready.
Richardson fires quickly out wide. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
I wish everybody had the opportunity to feel how fast that decision is made. With that RPO, it is a split second. And when you make the incorrect read, well, the play's busted up before it ever has a chance to start.
70 Lions. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Left side gets it out quick, and it's caught. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
All set to go now from the 35.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Come on. Set. Hawk, set. Ready.
To throw, Richardson. Setting up the running back screen. Has a lane inside the 25. And they'll finally bring him down at the 22. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Well, he might be close to this league growing again. That play gives him a 1st and goal.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
First down and 10 yards to go.
Ready up.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Go.
Counter play, Brown. And they take it across the goal line for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. York now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Colts stretch their lead to 21.
Broncos 21. Cade York to kick off.
On now is York to kick this one away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Denver ready for another offensive possession. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. Rolling into enemy territory. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos get it back to a 14-point game.
Broncos 28.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. He'll take this at the 10. And he's brought down just beyond that. Five-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Taylor from the pistol. Rob Flat, first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Only a yard on the play, and that takes us to the end of quarter number 3.
2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Mustang 19. Here we go. Stop. 70 goalies.
They go again with Taylor. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
That's just not the guy defensively you'd ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Ready.
Throw right side, caught by Wilson. Reaches the 30. And he is finally sent out of bounds, but not until he gets it all the way down to the red zone. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out. Well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
10. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
1st and goal. Here's Taylor. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Okay, ready.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1.
Ready. 60.
Lewis on the design run. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Colts have likely locked up the win right there. They They broke out the design, run from there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, KQB, do your thing, get a 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
Now it's York to kick this one away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. So here comes the Bronco offense. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking. He's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. That's complete inside the 35. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos get it back to within 2 possessions. On is Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos drop the lead back to 13. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Gould on the return. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30. The Colts have running back Jonathan Taylor headed out with the rest of the offense. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a run with Taylor. And a power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Here we go, Jack. Cougar 19.
Quick throw to the left is complete. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
1st down from the 42.
Alert. Let's go.
A give left side to Brown. All the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Brown again. Much better job keeping him contained this time. He's going to be marked down right near the line of scrimmage.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready.
It's a designed run for Willis. He takes it ahead for about 4 yards. It's 3rd down.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against the front. Gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Willis to the air. Out left, Worthy makes the grab. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. All set now. 1st and 10. They give to Taylor, right side. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining in this game. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
70 tag. Forward. 70 Lions. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Right side, this is ruled in by Warren. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. And there's the stop, but he's got 9 yards on 1st down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Colts nearing their 2nd win of the campaign.
On the set.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down.
Ready,
Looks like a design run here for Willis. It's a gain of 1 big yard, Brock, because that sets him up with 1st and goal.
Some tough running from the leader of the offense right there. Didn't have a ton of room, but he made it work well enough to move those chains.
Design quarterback run here. Lining up to take it on 2nd down. He's keeping it, gonna get it forward. So the Colts pick up the win in this one. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football.